I had a pretty bad experience in a gym lately where I tried out a session. You might have had some of these before, and if you haven't, please make sure you don't do what I'm telling you, that this studio or this person, this situation, the way they handled it. Now, it's not a really big deal because it wasn't rude. So I have had interactions, and I'll save that for another video, where I had rude interactions in a place where I just went in to try the session because I was invited in. But anyway, this one was moved to a new town. I wanted to try out different places. So if you can, if you're doing anything like what this person was doing, if you don't have any processes in place when someone comes and tries a new session, and I don't just mean get them to fill out a medical form. Apart from that, if you don't have a process in place, then you need to get one. I'm going to tell you what you need at the end of this video, because I'm going to outline the mistakes first. So are you doing any of this stuff? Because this is how to kill a sale. So this is how to... The only reason that I would have joined after this is if I really knew that I wanted to, and I didn't know anything about the place, but I stood there and questioned them. Anyway, did the session, turned up early, filled up my medical form, did the session. At the end of the session, I stood right near the door with my friend that I went with and stared right at the person behind reception. Now, I think this was actually the owner that I was looking at. I was waiting for them to make conversation. Now, while I was waiting for them to make conversation, they were looking at me like they were scared, like they didn't want to talk. Now, all my information's there on the sheet. I've come in to try a session because clearly I'm interested. So please make sure you have some kind of spiel or words or conversation starters that you have, that you do with people after they've done the session. Now, we did the medical form. It was great. We should have put a little bit on there about what I most want to get out of the session, what I'm hoping to get out of it today. Now, they did very, very carefully, watch me with injuries and make sure my technique was perfect. Amazing. That was great. So you could tell they technically knew what they were doing. They were technically brilliant. They didn't have any marketing or sales stuff going on. And I'm not talking about this to be pushy at all. You don't need to be pushy. You just need to start a conversation, and I'll tell you what it needs to go like in a second. But what didn't happen was I'm standing there looking, waiting for the transaction. My friend's waiting to walk out the door. I'm waiting for them to say, so would you like to hear about our 28-day program, or are you interested in training here? How did you find that? Does everything feel good? Blah, blah, blah. Like, 3 conversation starters right there. Stop the video, rewind, pause, just write down the script. I just gave you a script of what you can say. How did you go? Blah, blah, blah. There's plenty of examples. Nothing. I got nothing. I'm standing there waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened anyway, so nothing happened. And then he said, so I've got your email address. What I'll do is I'll send you the link to our app and you can book in if you'd like to. Like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, I'm here, I'm ready, I've got my credit card in my bag, you need to sign me up now. Now, I'm only thinking of all those things, obviously, because I'm in this business and have been for a long time. Please know that the client is ready to go. You have to just have that conversation. The conversation needs to go something like, so how did you find it? What are your thoughts? Do you want to hear about how it works and how you can become a member, or how you can do some sessions here ongoing? What is it that you're actually after? What are you trying to do with your body? Because we're there to do something to our bodies, are we not? It's just a conversation starter. You need to be asking them questions. Business owner, you need to be asking them questions. The person on the other end is standing there thinking that you don't care if you don't ask. They're not thinking that if you ask, you're being salesy or pushy. They're thinking that you don't care, because all you need to do as a trainer or a coach, or anyone actually who has any systems in anything, health, anything, is just be the detective and be inquisitive about what it is that they want to do with their body, because you can potentially help them. I mean, if you can't, send them somewhere else. But please don't let that person leave until you say, how was that? How did you find it? Are you currently exercising at the moment? Do you want to hear about how it works for you to come and train in here with your friend, who's clearly a member, who I'm standing next to? So it was a no-brainer to me. But no, he sent me that link to the app. And actually, he didn't even send it to me. He sent it to the person who was on my form as the medical safety person. So, okay, that was a bit of a mistake. But don't send me an app. I don't have time to sign up on something later on my app. People are too busy to do the administration for you, the business owner, later on. You will lose 50% of your sales will walk out that door if you don't have a system in place where whoever's taking the class has a conversation. I'm really, really passionate about this, as you can tell, but it's a really big deal. You will go broke. So if you want to increase your sales by 50% at least, just have that conversation at the end. Obviously be nice, make the transaction quite smooth, have a conversation, be interested in the person. That's the person over there behind the counter, and it's me as the consumer testing it out as this phase. Now, he didn't know who I was. He doesn't know I've been a trainer for 20 years and run this coaching business as well. He didn't know any of that. None of that. I said none of that. I didn't write any of that down. I was nobody. I was really there as nobody. I was there to come and try it out. But out of principle, I'm not clicking the link that I got sent. Well, actually, someone else got sent on my medical form. I'm not clicking the link. I'm not going to do the person's administration. And you know what? Now I can't be bothered and I can't remember what it was like to go there. And that was weeks ago. Now, 50% of your sales are being left or walk out the door because of all the experiences that you've had. Now, please, all you need to do to clean that up is seriously have a script that just involves some questions. Every one of your staff members that teaches any classes or has any interactions with any members of the public needs to know what to say. They don't need to do the price presentation if you want to, as the boss, want to be the bossy one that does, the only one that does that, or you just want the salespeople to do that, or however it works. They don't need to do that part, but there's a link missing in the whole chain of events if you don't have that end conversation about how was that? You know, how can we help you ongoing? Would you like to hear about blah, blah, blah? Great, then I'll get Margaret to give you a call tomorrow. Does that suit? Da, 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 da. No, they really should know how to take my credit card details. I would have actually paid right there on the spot to become a member and gone and done a couple of sessions there a week with my friend who was standing at the door waiting for me to leave with her. So guys, please, so frustrating. You might be technically brilliant. You might have 4 walls. It's not enough. You've got to get some little systems in place, and you're not being salesy just by being interested in people. Please, let's get over that. If you'd like my help, message me and I'll see if I can help you. We can at least have a conversation on how you can triple your business by just a few little things like this. And also without even needing to generate any more leads. I'm also going to put a link in the comments to a new webinar, like an online masterclass, just a really short one that I've created that explains the shifts that you need to make to go from just being technically brilliant and have some clients to all the stuff you need to finish. You need to change, all the stuff that you need to change to actually make this work, make this business work, so that you're not working every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know where I am if you want a hand.